we have the women's volleyball coach, Reed Sunahara, here. Coach, if you just want to get started with an opening statement, and then we will get into some questions.
It was a good week for us last weekend, and we're looking forward to, being at home and tough competition. So it starts tomorrow and Friday, and we're looking forward to having George Washington, Robert Morris, and UMBC and Penn State. So it'll be a good tournament.
Thank you, Coach. Okay, we will open up for questions. Just use the raise hand feature. And we will start with Sam. Go ahead.
Hey, Coach. So you guys are starting off 8-0 to start the season. Best start for the program since 2013. Best start in your tenure. Is there something different about this team than teams in years past?
I think it's the maturity of this team. We have players that have been with us for 3-4 years now. So that makes a big difference, especially from, when they started and how this program was till now, where, they've developed a good team and a good culture. So, that's my hats off to them for being in that situation or putting us in that situation. And, I really like the players we have now.
Michael, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, thanks for doing this. You mentioned the maturity of this team. Obviously, that extra of eligibility has allowed a couple players to stay around. And I imagine that's made it harder for freshmen to get on the floor. What has Madison Page done to get on the floor so much this year as a freshman?
Madison's a hard worker. She's a good learner. And, she came to us with good skills already. So, she really meshed with what we were trying to do. And she was the best option for us that we were looking at. And she put herself in that situation to make it the best option for us, because of the work she put in, the results and the execution part of it too. So, she's done well so far. She has a long way to go. She reminds me of Bree when she first started. So, if I look at it like that, then, it's promising for Madison's career.
Eric, go ahead.
Just to kind of follow up on that, how does having Bree around help her with that kind of growth early?
Oh, tremendously. And there's a connection there because they both played for the same club in Atlanta. And, they were trained by the same people. So now that Madison comes here and looks at Bree, I think it's almost like a big sister and can learn from Bree from what she's done for this program.
Yeah, I was going to kind of dovetail on that with Madison Page and really kind of expand that to all the veteran players, because as a freshman, she's got a lot of experience to grow around. How is that helping her development at the college volleyball level to have that much experience around her at one time?
It helps a lot. Anytime you come into a program, and it's not just on Madison too, right? It's on our returners to help her grow. And if they're not doing that, then they're not doing a good job being good teammates. And that's what we stress a lot is, hey, you got to give a little bit more than receive so that it helps the culture and it helps this program. So, it's a combination of both where Madison is learning from the veteran players and the veteran players are bringing Madison along. So it's a good combination.
Sam, go ahead.
I was kind of sticking with that. You've got a lot of transfers. We've kind of mentioned that on these calls a lot, but you've got a lot of transfers like Adrian, who's playing really well so far this season. How does a new addition like that kind of help mold a freshman like Madison?
Well, with Adrian, she brings a lot of experience. She's been in college for 4 years already. And so she understands what it takes to be at this level. Same with Athena. Athena's been the same way. Athena's coming off the bench right now, but she could be a starter at any point. So, it's a good thing to have players like that, and to add what we've already built or we're building. I think the combination of having those players, those transfers that with experience come in to a veteran group only can be a positive.
Alex, go ahead.
As of last night, I don't know if the statistics have updated or not, but AC Zerwas and Alexa Hastings were both top in the nation in specific categories. I think assists per set and digs per set for each of them respectively. Among the top 50 and both leading in the Big 12, actually. How does that play a role in stabilizing the team on the floor when you have two people like that who have been around the program for this long?
It always helps, no matter who it is, if their numbers are good, it's always helping the team. And, it's a team sport, but individually, what we tell our team is, or our team members is, you got to do your job. And if you're doing your job to the best of your ability, then, the numbers go up and the stats go up, and that's going to definitely be a positive and, add value to our team. And that's what we want. But more importantly, with veterans, it's definitely a positive for us.
Sam, go ahead.
Coach, kind of going back to the hot start you guys are on, like we said, 8-0, it's a very, very obviously strong start, just looking at the numbers. But probably better than I do that your season really starts next week when you start playing Big 12 opponents week in and week out. So how do you kind of stay focused and not get caught up in that hot start and make sure you're staying in the finish?
Well, we just take one game at a time. We don't look past anyone. Right now we're focusing on George Washington, who we play tomorrow afternoon. So that's our main focus right now. And, you guys don't know this, and it goes for every sport, that it doesn't matter. It matters the way you start, but it really matters the way you finish. So, we're just taking one game at a time and making sure that that's what the focus is on.
Alex, go ahead.
In addition to obviously picking up some wins in this upcoming tournament, what are some things that you'd like to see the team maybe improve at, or just, in general get better at coming out of this weekend?
We play teams like Penn State for a reason, right? They have a lot of tradition. They're very good. They're well coached, and they play hard. And I want our team to learn from what we see against Penn State or any other team that we play. We can pick and choose kind of what we want to improve on and use that to what we're trying to do and make our team even stronger. So, anytime you can play teams like that, then it's just going to help, the program and just by watching for our players, it's a learning experience.
Go ahead, Sam.
So it's kind of a two-parter for you, if you don't mind. You guys are obviously back in the Coliseum tomorrow. So how is the team feeling about that? And part two is you're playing one of those preseason, early season tournaments where you're playing game after game after game. Is there an added comfort level when you're playing on your own home court?
Well, it's always good to sleep in your own bed. We've been on the road for 3 weeks now, so it's nice to be at home and more importantly, play in front of our fans who can watch us probably for the first time in a long time. Like a real match. I wouldn't say the fall wasn't a real match, but now, it's almost close to being back to normal-ish. So, more people can come, and it's not just a set a number of people that can be in a Coliseum. So, we're excited about that, and having good teams here helps the draw.
I wanted to ask about the extra year that a lot of these players have had and taken advantage of. What has that done? And maybe this is similar to what Michael asked earlier. What has that done to your depth? And does that help you in a multi-match event like this one to maybe go or feel more comfortable going into that bench a little bit deeper than you might otherwise because you're so deep?
Yeah, it definitely helps, right? Anytime you can add another year of experience, that definitely helps the program. So for us, with Bree and Lex coming back, I mean, that's definitely helped. They've been starters for the past 4 years for us. And, that definitely adds a lot of value. But then again, other teams are doing the same thing too. So, it's good for us and not good for them because we're playing them, but no, it's an even field where, we got to take advantage of that to benefit what we're trying to do.
How does your rotation change in an event like this, where you're playing 3 times in one weekend versus a Big 12 match?
Well, we want to see what everyone can do. I mean, that's what the preseason's about, but you also got to win those matches. So hopefully we can get some players in that we need to look a little bit more at, and give them experience. But then again, we also got to work on the people that are, or concentrate on the people that are in already and make that unit stronger. So it's kind of a catch-22, but hopefully we can get some playing time for everyone.
Do you have some specific people you want to take a deeper look at?
Yeah, we want to look at Athena a little bit more. Some of our back row players that can I think can contribute down the road. But mainly everyone if we can, but I know it's tough because in volleyball, you can't really just sub 6 new people in because it throws things off. It hurts the amount of subs you have, there's a lot of factors involved. So, but the bottom line is we're trying to get everyone some playing time, and hopefully that can happen.